Part 1. The World Before the Silence. Imagine standing in a land that feels both familiar and alien. There is no Asia, no Europe, no Americas. The Pacific Ocean does not exist, nor the Arctic. Instead, all the continents of Earth are fused together into a single colossal landmass. Pangaea, an ancient supercontinent stretching from pole to pole, embraced by the vast ocean known as Panthalassa. The time, 252 million years ago, during the end of the Permian period, a primeval era when Earth wore a completely different face. In this world, the weather defies everything we know. At the heart of Pangaea lies a titanic desert where temperatures swing wildly from blistering heat to icy cold between day and night. It is a land so dry and extreme that few forms of life can survive. Yet, along the coasts nurtured by monsoons from Panthalassa flows verdant forests, humid swamps, and towering tree ferns. Life abounds in forms both bizarre and majestic. Dinosaurs. Not yet. This is not their age. The age of synapsids. Instead of dinosaurs, Earth was ruled by a group of creatures known as synapsids, distant ancestors of modern mammals. These animals came in all shapes and sizes, from gentle herbivores to terrifying predators. Among them was Moskops, a hulking plant eater with a skull thick as concrete and a bulky frame resembling a living tank. At the top of the food chain stood Gorgonopsia, razor-fang hunters with saber-like teeth and predators' eyes suited for stalking in dense, ancient forests. When a Gorgonopsia struck, it left no room for mercy. In the murky wetlands, amphibians of strange design crept and swarmed, some with crocodile-like heads, others with slick, frog-like skin. These were evolutionary experiments between fish and land dwellers. The ocean and the world. Beneath the waves, the oceans told a different story, complex, diverse, and ancient. Coral reefs made not of modern corals but of rugosa and tabulata species formed cities for countless marine creatures. Coiled-shelled ammonites, armored fish, trilobites in their twilight years all flourished in the warm ocean waters. These ecosystems were the culmination of hundreds of millions of years of evolution. A perfect symphony. At the end of the Permian, Earth's ecosystems were a living symphony. Every creature had its role. From forest canopy to seafloor, life was in full bloom, balanced, resilient, and vibrant. Then, suddenly, the music stopped. The nightmare begins. There was no warning. One day, the skies turned a sickly yellow-gray. Acid rain began to fall, wilting leaves, poisoning rivers. What were once clear, life-giving waters became corrosive and deadly. From the ocean depths, toxic gases began to bubble to the surface. The air turned sour with the smell of rotten eggs, a sign of hydrogen sulfide. Marine life spasmed, lost direction, and died en masse. Their bodies settled on the seafloor, layering death upon death. On land, the heat intensified. Plants shriveled. Insects vanished. Amphibians, reptiles, synapsids, entire ecosystems collapsed like falling dominoes. The world entered a silent, suffocating chaos. The world entered a silent, suffocating chaos. The unthinkable extinction. Then came the full horror. 96% of marine species and 70% of terrestrial life vanished. This was not merely an extinction, it was Earth's greatest biological reboot. Unlike the later dinosaur-ending impact, the Permian Triassic extinction was vastly more severe. It erased ecosystems, restructured life, and cast Earth into a long, haunted silence. A mystery buried in time. What caused this catastrophe? A meteor? Volcanoes, or something else entirely? The answers lie not in legends but in rocks, in isotopes, and ancient clues locked inside crystals. Earth recorded it all, silently. And today, scientists act as detectives, turning pages of a geological diary, retracing the steps of a planetary crime scene. They're on the trail of the greatest mass extinction ever. Part 2: Hunting the Killer, the Siberian Traps, and the Clocks of Zircon. There is no crime invisible beneath the eyes of geology. Long after the cataclysm, the world fell into silence. But even in that silence, Earth kept recording through rocks, ashes, fossils, and microscopic crystals. Scientists of the 21st century have become time detectives, sifting through ancient layers of Earth to uncover the true identity of the killer that wiped out almost all life on Earth. The biggest question echoed across 250 million years: what truly killed 96% of marine species and 70% of life on land? The confession in lava. The first clue wasn't in a crater, but in a faraway frozen land deep within modern-day Siberia. Here lies one of the largest geological formations on the planet. The Siberian Traps, a region blanketed in ancient basalt lava flows, spanning an area larger than all of Western Europe. This was no ordinary volcanic event. It was a planetary catastrophe, hundreds of thousands of years of lava flooding from the Earth's mantle, spreading like an ocean of fire and obliterating everything in its path. Hell's Furnace. Scientists estimate that over 3 million cubic kilometers of lava erupted from beneath the crust, enough to cover the entire United States with a layer more than 1 kilometer thick. But lava wasn't the killer. The true murderer was what it carried: toxic gases. The rocks it erupted through were rich in carbonates. When melted, they released vast amounts of CO into the atmosphere. Even worse, trapped methane beneath the permafrost was unleashed into the sky. The results: global greenhouse gases spiked. Temperatures rose over 10 to 15 C. Oceans lost oxygen. Anaerobic bacteria began producing hydrogen sulfide. Anaerobic bacteria began producing hydrogen sulfide. This was a deadly chain reaction, wiping out entire ecosystems. Zircon, Earth's perfect timepiece. To pinpoint exactly when this catastrophe happened, scientists turned to a strange mineral, zircon. Zircon crystals are incredibly durable and form during volcanic eruptions. Inside them are atoms of uranium, which decay at a predictable rate into lead. By measuring the ratio of uranium to lead in zircon crystals, geologists can determine the precise age of the eruption down to thousands of years, even if it occurred 250 million years ago. And when they analyzed zircon from ash layers in China, South Africa, Greenland, and Siberia, they all pointed to one moment: 251.9 million years ago. Exactly when the Siberian Traps peaked. The rise of toxic skies. As sea levels soared, the oceans heated up and their circulation slowed, cutting off the oxygen supply that marine life needed. That's when anaerobic bacteria exploded in number. These microbes released hydrogen sulfide, a highly toxic gas that smells like rotten eggs, known to be present in previous extinction events. Hydrogen sulfide rose to the surface, drifted into the air, and destroyed the ozone layer. UV radiation from the sun then poured onto Earth like invisible razors, killing plants, animals, and plankton alike. The planet became a giant chamber of poison. A long, cruel death. The extinction didn't strike in a single day or even a century. It took about 60,000 years in a series of extinction pulses. Each wave was another death blow. Every time life tried to recover, a new burst of gases or global heating would crush it again. That's why the Permian Triassic extinction wasn't one event but a chain of cascading disasters. The lucky survivors. Yet even in the ashes, some life endured, but not the biggest or strongest. The survivors were burrowing animals like Lystrosaurus that hid underground, anaerobic microbes that thrived without oxygen, they were the seeds of Earth's rebirth. And from them, 10 million years later, the first dinosaurs would evolve. The anatomy of the perfect crime. When scientists put all the clues together from lava flows to ash layers to synchronized fossil extinctions, they saw the truth. The greatest killer Earth ever faced wasn't from space. It came from within. Earth didn't mean to kill. But through a chaotic sequence of volcanic upheaval and atmospheric disaster, our planet became the most lethal murderer in history. A warning from the past. If we live on a planet that once died, could it happen again? With sea rising, ice melting, and methane seeping from the Arctic. Some scientists warn that we may be building our own man-made Siberian traps. This time not from volcanoes, but from ourselves. The Great Permian Extinction is history. But its warning is meant for the future.